Hey guys, Static here, and today on Dungeon Guide we're going to be covering Veteran Hard Mode Blessed Crucible. After you defeat the Durzogs outside of the gate to gain entrance to this dungeon, you want to come in and pull the mob to the right. Reason being, if you pull the mob to the left, both the right and left get pulled, and then you'll kind of get sandwiched in between. So it's a good idea to come over and clear out the right side before moving to the left. This boss's attacks are relatively simple. One, he rudely kicks you right in the face. Then he does have a scream which fears the whole group. You'll just have to break free. And he smacks you with your club. Now this conal here, you think you can block through it? You can't. You don't want to be standing on the edge as I was right there because you'll go for a ride. So watch out for that conal. Your best bet is to just move out of the way of it rather than try and block through it, as it does go through your block. So as long as you're watching out for that conal attack, there's nothing else you really need to worry about. This next fight isn't a boss fight per se, but rather consists of many waves of regular mobs and ending in a group of mini-bosses, which does have a named drop even though there's not one specific boss here. The last wave of enemies here actually consists of 4 mini-bosses that are actually werewolves. There will be 2 melee and 2 casters. The melee can charge you, they can knock you back, so watch out for heavy attacks, watch out for charges, just move out of the way or block through it. The casters will have flame attacks. Now if this fight goes on for too awful long, the NPCs from above will actually toss down items you can synergize with that are specifically tailored to damaged werewolves. So if you have a lower DPS group, you can use those to help you out in this fight. So generally this fight is more difficult while the enemies are in human form. While in werewolf form, they don't have as many mechanics, they just kind of swipe at you, with the exception of this last mage, which does get a flame aura around her, so you do want to kind of kite that one. While entering this next corridor, I see a lot of pickup groups like to just pull everything, and you don't need to in this section. You only need to worry about these patrolling units right here and the last section right on the left. You just burn this section down, everything else in this area can stay alive, and there's no problem. This next boss is nothing new. She has 2 adds, they'll burn down pretty quick. She just has heavy attacks, she has a generic spin attack, and then she'll just ambush behind one member of the party. Nothing new here. This next section leading up to the next boss fight is a big open arena, and there's a lot of mobs down here. Keep in mind that they will not turn and attack your group until you engage them. So only pull what your group is capable of burning down. Take it in sections or pull them all 3 together if you can handle it. We'll show the 2 mini boss fights leading up to the Troll King here. Now this fight in particular, vampires beware, there's a lot of fire damage. The best thing your tank can do is get aggro on all of these and turn them away from the group, as they're going to spit fire and there's going to be a lot of it. So as long as you can handle the direction in which they shoot their fire and allow your DPS to get damage off on them unencumbered by that fire, you'll be alright here. The next mini-boss leading to the Troll King is the Scorpion. Now, he just does regular pincer attacks with his claws, and also he's going to take his tail and put it in the ground. When he does this, there's going to be poisons shooting up from the ground, generally on whoever has aggro, so your tank just needs to kind of do-si-do around those attacks. The only other attack he has is he will randomly turn towards one party member, whether they have aggro or not, and just shoot poison from their tail towards them. So just watch out for that poison attack and watch out for the poison from the ground and you'll be alright here. Now on to the Troll King. He likes to jump around quite a bit, so he'll jump onto the party and just kind of damage them. Doesn't knock you back or anything like that. He has a pound attack, which you want to move out of the way of if you can. If not, just block through it. It's not too much damage if you're the tank. He has a big red AoE smash that will knock you down, so get out of that if you can. These are pretty much his only attacks. He jumps, he pounds, and he does a big AoE smash. The next section consists of 2 dogs and a bunch of yellow ads, When they're yellow, that means they're not aggro to you. So if you can sneak your way past these dogs, you don't have to fight anything in this room, and you can just move on to the next boss fight. This next boss specializes in fire attacks. He does have adds around him, which you can burn down relatively quickly. Now this first flame attack he has here doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but where it ends on the ground, a flame atronach will appear. So the longer the fight goes on, the more atronachs you'll have, which actually connect to him with a beam and give him a damage shield, so you want to burn them down. And lastly, stay out of the red circles on the ground. Hard mode on the Lava Queen is activated by reading a scroll at the bottom of the ladder as you jump down, so don't forget to read that before engaging this boss. This boss has a few mechanics to worry about. The first just being her regular heavy attacks. So the tank has to block the heavy attacks. She'll turn around and randomly choose a member to throw a fireball at. This fireball can actually hit for quite a bit of damage, so watch out for it, block it if you can. The next thing is this. It is a giant lava explosion that will kill you on one hit, regardless of who you are. That is going to be a one shot, so really watch out for that. Always be on your toes and ready to back off before she slams her sword into the ground for that lava attack. The next thing you need to watch out for on this boss fight are the adds. Now the adds aren't going to do any damage to you, but they will get a beam between them and her. This gives her a damage shield, and she takes next to no damage while the adds are alive. So it starts out with one add, and then we'll see multiple adds later on. So you have to break off if you're the DPS and take care of these adds before you can even progress any further throughout this boss fight. So just to recap, this boss has heavy attacks. This boss will turn and randomly shoot a fireball. But the big thing here is watching out for this lava attack. Always assume that she's about to do it at any moment and give yourself distance. Give yourself a way out. Look for that exit. As long as you follow that rule, burn down the adds when they come up to get rid of her damage shield, this shouldn't be too bad of a fight for you. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. Please smash that like and subscribe button below for future content releases. I really appreciate the support everybody's been showing me. So I want to just say thank you to each and every one of you. It really means a lot to me. See you guys later and catch you next time.